FX30 firmware update version 2. Let's try it with this SIRUI 24mm f2.8 Anamorphic.
25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. 25 sitting on 25 racks.
So, how was the intro B-roll? I've never used this anamorphic lens before, but that is the low-light cinematic king. Oh my god. But that wouldn't have been accomplished without this, the new firmware update of FX30, which was released this month. Personally, I thought this update was huge. FX30 just got better. FX30 is not a genuine cinema camera, but definitely it got close to it by this update. So if you have FX30, you want to try it. So today I will do something different from what I usually do. First, let's quickly talk about what's new in this version 2 update of FX30. And second, I'm gonna try and test it with this SIRUI 24mm f2.8 anamorphic lens. So it'll be the mix of the tutorial-ish and the lens review. So before getting into this video, please hit the subscribe if you haven't to grow this channel. I need your support. So first, those are new functions. DCI and 24p. Anamorphic de-squeeze options. Other small updates, but could be huge for some people. So first major update is that we can now record in DCI 4K. We used to have only normal 4K 3840 x 2160, which we are familiar with. But now DCI 4K, which is a little wider than normal 4K, is available. So the DCI means the American company called Digital Cinema Initiative. Anyway, DCI 4K is something like a Hollywood cinema aspect ratio, which generates black bars up and down like this. So the 4K video will be delivered in this format, DCI 4K, in that Hollywood cinema world. I think this update is mainly for filmmakers who potentially use this camera in that kind of, the serious environment, like as a B-cam. But also, this is useful for us. To make a cinematic feel, making black bars up and down like this is the, easiest way. But we lose some resolution because basically we just hide the image, with those bars up and down. But DCI 4K originally has black bars up and down, so we can achieve the little wide cinematic feel without losing any resolution and angle. I think for most of us, this DCI 4K is the making cinematic feel option. Also, 24p is now available in DCI 4K. It's the same thing, 24p is a standard frame rate in that film world. So the biggest update to me is this anamorphic de-squeeze options, which was the reason why I wanted to make today's video, why I wanted to try this anamorphic lens. But before I talk about this function, I think I gotta explain about the anamorphic lens for those who don't know about this lens that much. So here, let's talk about this SIRUI 24mm f2.8 anamorphic lens. So first, the anamorphic lens is the specialized type of lens that can distort the image, creating a unique widescreen aspect ratio. So now I'm shooting this on a normal lens 24mm 4K. But when it's on a 24mm anamorphic lens, it originally produces black bars up and down like this. I didn't do any specific edit, this is just what it comes with anamorphic lenses. So first feature of this lens is that you can get the wide screen image. This has 33% more horizontal view than a normal 24mm. If you compare them, you can see this 24mm anamorphic lens has a wider view. The aspect ratio will be 2.4:1 like this. When you try to have this type of frame on a normal lens, you're gonna have to sacrifice resolution more or less. But this anamorphic lens allows you to have this aspect ratio without losing resolution or angle. Feature 2 is this horizontally extended lighting effect. This is one of huge reasons why people use this lens. Oh my god, look at this. Who hates this? I'm a low-light photography, videography guy, so this is something I wanna have in my backpack. And I think it looks natural. I mean, it's obviously the effect, but not like a cheap, unreal, low-budget science fiction movie effect. It's not overkilling. It's still humble, not disturbing the whole image. And number 3 feature is the bokeh shape. It's a little different. This has oval shape like this. Well, I don't really appreciate this. I prefer the normal circle bokeh shape. I don't know if this is creating cinematic mood, but to me it's like, yeah, I'm fine, but not my favorite. And and image quality is normal. I mean, it's not super great, but not bad. Sharpness and detail depiction are good like other normal Sony lenses, but definitely it's harder to get the 100% sharpness than normal lenses because this is manual focus lens. Like this, if the focus is soft, the total detail level gets low. So you wanna nail the focus 100% on this lens. But when it's perfect, the image looks solid. I think the total image quality gets high because of this, horizontally extended lighted effect and the bokeh shape and this widescreen aspect ratio. More than that, lens itself is really sharp. If there is no effect, the image quality is pretty average, pretty normal. Also, this is an APS-C lens, so I used this on FX30, which is also APS-C camera, which generated the noise like this. I wish this was like 1.4, 1.8, so you want to fix it at post by adding noise reduction like I did. If you don't nail the focus and don't use noise reduction, that footage doesn't look good. But at least you can get this unique shot, so that would work as a good environment shot. Oh my god. This room is really hot. Like, it's getting summer. And I don't want to turn on the AC because it's gonna be loud. Can you see I'm sweating? So, I guess you guys already noticed it, but this is heavy and big. It weighs about 1.7 pounds and it's long like this. So when it's on a camera body, FX30, the front will be heavier like this. By the way, this SIRUI 24mm is APS-C lens, so the camera body will be APS-C as well. So you can't avoid the front heavy balance anyway. Overall, it's metallic that makes this lens so cool and legit. And I gotta mention this. This is the manual focus lens. This doesn't have autofocus, but this focus ring is freaking smooth. You can have a fine focus control. An aperture ring doesn't have a click, so it's easy to have a smooth exposure control when you're shooting. And it's $799. So I think this is not a super easy go-to lens, but also not like a cine lens. So I guess between them. Although this is heavy and long like this, the usability and mobility are not that bad. Overall, this build quality and design are not that bad, but I wish it was like this type of like cine lens. It's chunky, obviously, it's bulky, but it's shorter and it has a better grip as you can see. So yeah, I wish it was more like this. So now we know about this 24mm anamorphic lens. So let's go back to the FX30's updates. Anamorphic de-squeeze options. When you shoot on the anamorphic lens, you have to change the pixel aspect ratio at post. And DaVinci go to clip attribute and select the right magnification. This lens has 1.3, so 1.3 anamorphic. Then the footage become this wide screen. But before this process, when you are actually shooting, the image is compressed like this, and it's hard to see. I mean, it used to be. This new function, anamorphic de-squeeze options, allow you to apply the magnification that the lens has. This SIRUI 24mm anamorphic lens has 1.3 times. So select 1.3 anamorphic, and now the image has correct aspect ratio, and it's easy to see. Also, there are small updates. First, S&Q mode can be changed in custom button. And second, the Creators app is now compatible with FX30. You can control the camera remotely with it, which I thought very useful for most of us. Third, you can set the camera ID, real number, and the camera position in a file. I don't use this at all, but if you potentially use this camera in an environment where several people use several cameras, this can be very handy to manage the file properly, clean, and neat. To me, those updates were not so huge, but at least I'm so glad that I can feel this FX30 is evolving better and better. Okay, that's it. Did you already update your FX30 and FX3? I didn't mention that, but the new version of FX3 was also released. The contents are pretty much the same thing. I say, you should do it right now. To me, the biggest update was the anamorphic de-squeezed option. If you have ever thought about this anamorphic lens before, now it's time to try it. I don't want to say this many times because it's kind of cheesy, but the anamorphic lens is the very easy option to get the cinematic footage. and color grading is so much fun. I just hope Sony keeps trying making this camera much better and better. So this was my first time to make a, Sony's new firmware update video, but that was kind of fun. So I will do it next time too. What tool you use and how popular it is, how good it is. Yeah, sure, that is important, especially in this gadget world, but also you want to have a thought like this. The true crux is who uses that? How, when, and where to use it. Okay, this is it. If you have any questions, just shoot me anytime, anywhere. If you like this video, show me a thumb and hit the subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.